Hey guys, it's Lola here, and today I've just got a new video that you can like throw on in the background while you work on your art or crochet or whatever it is while you chill and be productive or not, whatever, it's up to you. Anyway, today I am going to be drawing some of my viewers' characters, viewers and not viewers to be honest. It's basically just anyone who expressed interest in me drawing some of their characters on one of my videos, TikToks or community posts, and I'm basically drawing them because it is Art Fight. And if you don't know what Art Fight is, I made a whole video a couple of weeks back explaining what it is, but basically it's an online art training game that takes place in the month of July where you draw people's characters and they draw yours, and it's just meant to be a wholesome game. So here is my Art Fight profile and my characters that I'm showing off on the screen now. So if you want to draw any of my characters, or if you like my art style from what you see in this video and you want me to draw yours and you'd be happy for me to do it in a video, then please do let me know by just leaving your Art Fight username in the comments. I'll do friendly fire, I'll do anything, just not furries to be honest, but drop your Art Fight username in the comments if you're interested. So let's go on to the first attack of this video, who is this lovely Baldur's Gate character, a wood elf druid by someone called Lockpearl. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this person was so kind as to draw two of my characters for me, which made me so happy when that came up in my notifications, so thank you so much. You know, I always had this dream, like I feel like I will have made it as an artist if people draw fan art of my characters, and I know it's not the same because it's Art Fight and you're kind of meant to do that, it's part of the game, but it still makes me so happy. Anyway, I've had people make like 3D models of my art, like if you're watching you know who you are because I kind of became friends with the guy who did that. But it just makes me so happy to see other people's interpretations of my characters and my art. So this character here, she is 300 years old because she's an elf, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong if you're like a fantasy nerd, but I think elves basically just don't die of old age. I think they're immortal and they kind of just live until they die. Anyway, she's had a pretty rough 300 years, like she has a pretty tragic backstory, but she's a healer, so I really want to push myself with these attacks. I want to make all these drawings quite polished, full body if possible, or at least most of the body using a dynamic pose. So I tried to go off the inspiration of her being a healer, and I drew her like healing, like mid-healing. So I'm not personally capable of doing magic, so I don't know if this is the right pose that you would use to heal someone, but it felt about right. She kind of looks angry, like she's casting a offensive spell, but maybe she's just mad at the person who she's healing, like, oh my god, how did you get injured again or something, I don't know. So here is the finished drawing of the first character. Let me know what you think, and also let me know if you have played Baldur's Gate 3. It's just been so huge. I literally got so caught up in the hype of that game and I was like, oh my god, I need this right now. And then I finally bought it, and then I played like halfway through the first act, and then I literally never finished it, which is so classic for me. I have so many unfinished games on my Steam library, it's kind of sad actually. Anyway, second character, before I start reminiscing too much on how much money I've literally wasted, oh my god. Anyway, so the second character, their name is Kira, and they are by someone called Kira Starlight. So I kind of got the impression by the name of the account and how many times this OC had been drawn that like maybe this is one of their more favorite characters. So I really want to draw characters like that I get the feeling that people would be most excited about other people drawing, like them more favorite characters, and this one was a revenge, which basically mean my character got drawn first, so I drew my character Holly, which was so cute, thank you, I love it so much. And then I finally figured out how to actually submit this one as a revenge. I thought it would do it automatically, so the last one was a revenge as well, but there's like a little button that you have to tick, which is really, really small, which basically says that it is a revenge, and then you have to find the revenge and whatever, and I didn't click that the first time. So the first one I got less points than I should have, which is fine because the game isn't about points, but yeah, I finally actually figured out about how this website works, it's honestly kind of clunky. But anyway, I'll talk a little bit about Artfight and my experience so far while I'm drawing this as well. So it's actually my first year on Artfight. I've never done it before. Every time that I start to hear about it on social media each year, it always kind of gets to me in my feed like late July when it's already close to being over. But I remembered that it actually exists early this time, so I was actually able to participate, and I've actually really been enjoying it so far. So my goal with Artfight for this year is to practice this new art style that I've been working on, because I finally gave up thinking that my art has to be really detailed for people to respect it. I personally love artists who just draw very simple, cute art, but I always would never allow myself to draw that because I just know that people don't think that it's like as skilled or whatever. But I finally gave up thinking that and just realized I just want to draw what makes me happy, and I really feel like I want to have a recognizable art style, so I'm working on making something a little bit more consistent, and I just wanted to practice it by getting as much drawing practice as possible. So I was originally envisioning drawing one character per day throughout the month of July, but I'm actually filming this on the 13th and I've done 5 attacks so far. So, well, I work a full-time job and I just went away for a summer weekend trip as well, so I had no access to my PC, my drawing tablets, and a side note, but I got burned, by the way, even though I slathered myself in Factor 50 sunscreen 3 times a day. While I was on this trip, I still got sunburn and I'm so upset about it. I'm basically just the whitest bitch alive. Like, I'm a ghost. For real. But anyway, I was considering now that I'm back, maybe I should do 6 drawings this evening to catch up, but I don't know, is that just absolutely crazy? Like, I'm thinking instead of drawing a sketch and then a clean sketch and then another clean sketch and then the line art and then all of this like coloring and shading and whatever, I just take like a bit more of a sketchy, loose approach and just do a couple more like loose, free, like casual pieces. But I don't know, because I've already drawn all of these like quite detailed pieces, so I don't want anyone seeing these and being like, oh, she's just being lazy with drawing my character. Why did she draw my character like this and she drew that other person's character like that? But like, obviously I'd still make it good. Like, I wouldn't just make a stick figure and submit that. But I don't know, I might try and do a couple more like loose practicey ones and just see how it goes and try and catch up, because I really do want to hit that goal. Sorry for like skipping introducing some characters, guys. You can see the names and the artist tags on screen, so hopefully that's enough to give them a bit of a shout out about who they are and their characters. But honestly, I am just yapping and waffling and I don't want to interrupt my flow too much, but I do really want to talk about this next character specifically because it was a tragedy, and this is the perfect example of the fact that I am a complete noob to Artfight and I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. So someone commented their name on my community post and they basically said like, hey, I'm recovering from surgery or something. So they have plenty of time to draw for Artfight this year because they have the month of July to recover. So yeah, anyway, by the way, side note, I hope your surgery went well and the recovery is fine. And sorry if I'm like mixing that up with someone else in my mind and it's actually not the person who said that they were having surgery. That would be kind of funny if that was the case. But like, if it was you and I'm just not like going batshit and completely misremembering, I hope that your surgery went well. I hope that your recovery is fine. But anyway, I was like, perfect, I can draw this person's character, like we can trade, they'll have plenty of time to respond back. So I go on their profile, I find this like lunar moth girl, super cool design. I decided I'm gonna draw this. This was on the 1st of July, so this was like when the competition had started, because it is like illegal to start early, by the way. But basically only after spending hours polishing this full body drawing, I went on and was like, okay, cool, how do I actually submit an attack? Because I'd never done it before. This was the first one I'd done. I went to submit it and I found out at that point that this user was not actually participating in Artfight. They were just a spectator and they hadn't actually joined a team. But I was just so in the zone of trying to get in the zone of fighting, I hadn't even noticed this because I'm stupid. And there was no way for me to submit and send this attack to them, so I was like, shit. Obviously I kept going back to their page every day. This literally makes me seem like a madman. Like, I literally had their account link saved it was saved, and I would check their account every day to see if they signed up and if I could submit the attack, basically low-key internet stalking their ass. And finally they actually signed up, and then they signed up, but they were on the same team as me. So I submitted it, but for less points because it ended up being a friendly fire, but I almost thought this drawing would be a complete disaster. So I think we're actually getting close to the end of this video. I'm probably going to leave this video here, guys. These are the last of my attacks, and I just don't want this video to get too long because you're always trying to play this game on YouTube where you're trying to hit the highest watch time, people watching through most of the video. That's how they get their data on whether the video is worth watching and pushing to other people. But I guess it just gets a bit harder the longer the video goes on. And honestly, in general, YouTube doesn't really care for like casual drawing videos that aren't tutorials, so it's just a bit harder to get them pushed out. So I'm just trying to make my videos like a palatable length for the moment and see if I can just find an audience with it. But anyways, as I always say in my videos, it would be super useful if you were to engage with this video, as it helps YouTube in the algorithm. That's things like leaving a like. And if you got this far, please let me know with a star emoji in the comments section. It just lets YouTube know that you thought the video was interesting enough to interact a bit more and leave a comment, even if you don't actually have anything you want to say. But anyway, here's my last drawing to show us out. This time around, I drew a man. Shudder. A very scary experience. I don't often draw men. I really actually struggled with this. Maybe you can tell a little bit, which is why I kind of left it a little bit sketchy, because it was late at night and I just drew it and redrew it and redrew it so many times. I was like, oh, forget it. I will just sort this out and I would just go to bed, basically. I was too tired. So I'm thinking that if I go ham and draw a bunch of kind of like doodly pieces, a bit more free, a bit more casual, a bit more sketchy, to try and catch up on my goal, they'll probably look something like this. Do you guys think that that is okay? I'm not really sure. Anyway, I wanted to sign off here, but I just wanted to say something that I just went to my Artfight profile while I'm in the process of editing this video, and I realized that I have 6 characters that I have uploaded to Artfight, and that so far I have got a drawing of every single one time. I don't know if people were trying to be considerate by doing that on purpose and drawing characters that hadn't been drawn yet, but literally out of my 6 characters, every single one has been drawn once. And there was one that I really loved that I'll just talk about as well, which is someone actually drew 2 of my characters who exist in the same story interacting, and that brought me a lot of joy. But anyway, I'm really enjoying Artfight so far. If you're doing it, let me know in the comments section, let me know how it's going, and I will say thank you so much for watching. This won't be my last Artfight video, so if you'd like to have your character participate in the next one, then just let me know below. And hopefully that should be out next week sometime, providing that I get my ass together and actually edit it. But anyway, thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!